The revolution has begun.
Revolution? How did this happen?
Don't know. And the slaves have armed themselves.
I don't like that word.
Which mainframe?
Yes word. Yes word.
Sorry, the prisoners with jobs have armed themselves.
Okay, that's better. That's better.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's your boy RJ. This is the Athletic Nerd Podcast of Samardi Productions. Today I won't be seen. I'll probably have some images and some screens, so y'all can see who I am and stand by my words. And also, just some scenarios to explain over the context I'm talking about today. So today's topic is called Think for Yourself. Now, I don't want nobody to be triggered, but I want people to have an open mind to what I'm about to discuss today. Now, whether you agree or disagree with me, that's cool. But just be open to the conversation I'm trying to say. So in politics, you have Democrats, Republicans, you have others, but usually you got the left versus the right. For me, currently, I'm neither. I have strong values and beliefs, but I've never been really into politics. I disagree. I just like what I like. And for the most part, when you grow up, you are taught what your parents taught you. Sometimes people move away, but some of their values and beliefs become your beliefs, like religion or politics or sports or etc. So in this current day and times, the climate is at an extremely high of you're right versus wrong, instead of having different opinions on the situation. So a small simple example. I like Burger King, you like McDonald's. Because we disagree, we can't be friends. You're a bigot, you're a hater, you're a fascist for your personal life. That is the example to how heightened politics is today. I can't have a friend that's a Republican. I can't have a friend that's a Democrat. Like, that's the degree of where we're at today. So I'm gonna use these two examples of what's actually going on right now. This happened during the protest, kind of the COVID situation. So you got MAGA, which is Make America Great Again, versus the Black Lives Matter movement. Both of these statements are technically positive in their own right, just not as a political statement. Let me break it down for you. MAGA is Make America Great Again. It is to get back to the good times when people were successful and jobs in America were booming. Black Lives Matter is a positive statement in its own. We're not saying that we're better than nobody. We're just saying, due to the current situations at hand with police brutality, we need to be respected. You say racism might not exist. Yes, even though black people are doing better than what they were in the past, there are some people that still just have some slight fear towards black people. And this is shown through police brutality at times. Now, on the negative side, Black Lives Matter, even though we're addressing the cops, we also have to address ourselves. And people keep on saying, oh, this is the police versus us. Well, in a realistic situation, how can you get somebody to listen to you if you don't take care of what's going on in your own backyard? Yes, we have our own problems, but we at least need to try to figure out what's going on. One of the biggest problems we have in the black community, we have a lot of jealousy and animosity towards each other. As opposed to other races, they help build up each other. So we need to find a way to, help each other out, our own economic wealth, build on each other. As for MAGA and that negative aspect, I don't agree with Trump said the 50s and 60s were America's best times. Even though there was an increase in economic growth, racism was at an all-time high. But now, in 2020, with all this technology, with everything going on, is it possible? Can we put our differences aside for what's best for our country? Because we are at a pivotal point where either America is going to continue to prosper, or in the next 50 years or so, there might be some radical changes to this country that nobody's expecting to see. But going back to think for yourself, I'm going to use Fox News and CNN. Fox News is generally known as a right side, far right, and CNN is usually known as a far left. So we're going to go back to a few months ago when people was protesting and everything. On Fox side, well, let me pause. During the protest, reporters were harassed and some were arrested. You think that even though Fox and CNN and other other news companies are competitors, you think they would have compassion for each other, but they didn't mention each other. They just talked about their own personal reporters or other reporters from other news stations, because I guess that's how much dislike the companies have towards each other. So when it comes back to think for yourself, okay, while watching the news, you have the left side, you have the right side. I think it's beneficial to watch both to get an understanding of the story of what's being said or not said. So, okay, for Fox News, you look at the protests, break it down. Protesters aren't wrong. Black Lives Matters. They're thieves. They're breaking. They're vandaling stores. They're attacking and harassing the cops. These citizens need to be arrested. These Black Lives Matters need to be arrested. Is this Black Lives Matter? Now, on the opposing side at CNN, they show the cops in the wrong. It's always the cops doing something, to start up the situation. Now, overall, you look at the situation as one. There's people wrong on both sides. There's peaceful protest. There was peaceful protest throughout the day, but as it got darker, you had people, for whatever reason, where you want to validate it or not, in my opinion, it's wrong. They want to do extra things, which have consequences, or just to stir up chaos, just because they have their own hatred towards cops. So the biggest thing, I went to college for journalism and broadcasting at Mississippi State. My teacher was Jason Hibbs. He's a reporter. The number one lesson he taught us, which I do not see personally in the news industry, is to be non-biased. Non-biased means you're not representing or you're not promoting neither side. You're just telling the story as factual as it can be, and you, the audience, are going to be the ones that make the decision of what's right and wrong. And I feel like our generation, or not just the public as a whole, we are too fast to judge. So I'm gonna switch from the news to pop culture. The most recent incident where somebody was judged way too fast without no rationalization was, trigger warning for some people, was the Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lanez incident. Now, before y'all hang up on me, just pause and listen to what I gotta say. If what Tory Lanez did, he is a despicable person. He deserves to go to jail. He deserves punishment for if he did allegedly shoot at Megan Thee Stallion. Everybody jumped on her side, of course, protect all black women. That was the stance. Now, when Tory Lanez came out, and he didn't come out for a few months, but once he finally came out and said his side, he dropped the album. Now, would I have dropped the album to explain myself? Probably not, but that's how he expressed himself. And people calling him a liar, other names. And only thing I'm gonna say, because I'm not in nobody's side, just listen to what Tory has to say, because he's saying he didn't shoot, and listen to what Megan has to say, and somewhere we're gonna find that middle ground. And the cancel culture, sometimes we're so quick to cancel somebody without even hearing the full story, which can lead to large ramifications for somebody's career or life. So, in that aspect, just take the time to sit back, look at the situation for what it is before you make your assessment. I understand we're all humans, we're not perfect, but sit back and relax. Figure out what's going on. You don't know. You could be supporting somebody that might be in the wrong, or they might be lying, but because they have so much clout or history, you don't know. That's the way life works sometimes. And not just Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, but whether it's men versus girl, he say, she say, or whatever. I don't subscribe to all guys are right and all girls are wrong, or vice versa. I believe facts and evidence. Shout out to Amazing Lucas, YouTuber. That's his little catchphrase. I believe the facts and evidence of the situation. You have to take to the time to discern what's going on. I won't get deep into it, but even though girls are been sexually raped, nowadays it is popular for girls to lie on men for situations that did not happen because they're mad, angry, or upset. And men are not in the right. Men are, we have our own problems too. I've heard dudes in school, talking about what they're gonna do to girls. And I'm like, yo, what you talking about is illegal. Like, you on some effed up jizz. So whatever side you want to pull for, whether you all girls are right, all guys are right, you don't know. There's people wrong on both sides. There's people right on both sides. You just have to listen to the story and figure out what's going on. But I don't want to leave y'all alone today. I just try to make this a short educational video of think for yourself. Don't be caught up in the media. Don't be caught up in TV. Read. Listen to other people's opinions. You might not like Fox. You might not like Republicans. But listen to some of their views. Or if you're a Republican, listen to some Democratic views and see what they have to say. Maybe there's some things you agree with. Take the name off and look at what they're trying to say. Take the label off and look at the issues they're trying to point out. You might agree with them, but because of how you're brought up, you just automatically disagree without looking at what's trying to be said. But I hope y'all have a blessed day. I just want to say shout out to Chris Harvard. Like I said, Amazing Lucas. I got some more podcasts coming in the future. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out. Go like, subscribe. Booyah.